Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Motion RC. Stuart here at Motion RC Europe, here for a flight review on not a new model, but certainly, in my opinion, one of the absolute best out there in terms of 90mm EDFs. It is the Venom from Freewing. As I said, it's been around probably, well, certainly beyond 5 years now. One of the originals, but still absolutely one of the very, very best. Along the lines of the F22 that Freewing and ourselves have just released and announced, it's about simplicity with this in terms of detail. Yes, it has detail to a point. Yes, it's got a superb profile, but it doesn't have all those intricate little bits and pieces that actually, at the end of the day, really add to the all-up weight. The bonus being is that you get a superb flying airframe, and the Venom is right up there in my opinion. That's why I wanted to do this video, to just basically shine some more light on this existing product, because it's a fantastic airframe. It is older, as I mentioned, so it goes together with a little more glue than you'd be used to with the modern Freewing models. Do excuse the planes going over. We are at the Tom, I don't know if you can see that just there. We are on the approach for Schiphol Airport, which is the main airport here at Amsterdam. We are in the Netherlands, of course. So anyway, it goes together very quickly and very easily. It just needs a little more gluing than the more modern Freewing models. By gluing, I mean the booms, they need gluing on, and the vertical the horizontal stab needs gluing on as well. Other than that, like I said, it's pretty simple, so it goes together relatively quickly. It comes pre-applied with the decals. There is a choice of the red and white aerobatic scheme or the natural aluminium finish silver scheme, both Swiss versions. But you are not going to be spending a great deal of time on the ground with this one. You're going to be spending that time in the air, and it's in the air that it really, really shines. I cannot stress enough how beautiful this model is to fly. From a personal standpoint, it's a great first generation jet. I really like those first generation jets. There's something very romantic about first generation jets, if you like, and this certainly ticks all of those boxes. But in the air, it's an absolute peach. It will go fast, as you will see, but it slows down, and that's the real beautiful thing about it. It really slows down nicely, and throughout that speed range, it's very, very stable. Now, of course, running wise, we are running on a 6S pack, as you'd expect. This is the 5,000 milliamp hour. Do note, modification wise, our newer Admiral packs are actually quite a bit lighter than the older Admiral 5000s. So even when using the newer, the black Admiral 50C Pro packs, you will need to add, I'll show you here, just a little bit of weight there. We'll get a cutaway of that later on if you can't see it. I added 60 grams of weight to the nose of the model. With that weight added, it flies perfectly for me. It's a little bit nose heavy, which is exactly what I like, but you'll see more of that in the air. In terms of other setup, you've got a 130 amp speed controller in there. This is a 1450 kV, and this is an in-runner, and that's partly due. You'll see the sound of the in-runner, if you like, but also it's not really down to the motor, it's really down to that fan. And Tom, this is the 12 blade fan in this, isn't it? We did count them, it is on the website. It's the 12 blade fan in this one, and it sounds phenomenal. It almost has that whistle and whoosh, again, of those very enigmatic first generation jets. Beautiful stuff. So we'll get up in the air now. We will show it flying with both the ordnance on and off. You do get 4 bombs available, included in the box, available for you to attach if you wish, or if you don't wish, then fine, you don't have to. But anyway, the point being, I'm babbling, the point being, either with those bombs on or off, it's still very, very clean and very benign in the air, and actually makes no difference. A lot of the ordnance that's supplied with a lot of these models can add to the drag and to the weight and to the overall performance. Not so with the Venom, as we will see. Also, some bonus footage at the end. We have some very low visibility flying. The great thing again about this Venom, because it's stable throughout the speed range, you can fly it in very, very close proximity. So we came out here a few days ago. It was very, very foggy, but we were still able to fly this 90mm jet. 90mm, that is 60-inch span, or around 1,500 millimeters in new money. It's not a small model, and especially for an EDF. And yet, in those low visibility conditions, we were able to fly. It was fantastic. But first and foremost, we're going to get on with the main flight review. We're going to go over and set this up and get on with that right now. Okay, so here we go, models out in the field. We've got, of course, the obligatory Onboard camera, pretty much bang on the CG, which is exactly what you want when running onboard cameras, isn't it, James? And then we've got another camera out on the post there just for a wide shot. I'm going to take it off and just take it through the runners, as it were, and really show you what this thing can do. It is phenomenal. I will say this, I brought this model down to this club and several clubs a few times now, and they, almost exclusively the reaction has been, what is this model and where can I get it? Because it's just, I think it's been forgotten about. So time for some much needed love on the Venom. It's fantastic, and I will show you. You ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
Setting wise, much like the ME262, I've got everything very, very soft to how I like it. I will go into higher rates and show you higher rate aerobatics. Takeoff, it's just beautiful, no need for flaps. Keep in mind this is on long, wet grass, it's winter now. It's a very, very grass capable 90mm EDF. I'm going to take off with no flaps and it will pretty much just take off itself. Tom, you've seen it before. It's remarkable. It's brilliant. Right? Okay, here we go. Taking off. Easy on the power, easy on. Just giving it a little bit of steering there, feeding on the power, and it lifts up itself. Gear goes up, look, it's hands off, banking away a little bit to the left. Does need a little bit of coordination in the turn. And what I'm going to do, oh look at that, how's that looking, Tom?
Just zooming in.
Okay,
hang on.
How's that? All good?
Yeah, all good.
Steady as she goes. Now, right now we do have the bombs on, so I will do a few passes, then I'll take them off. Now keep in mind, I'm at half throttle now. I haven't gone above half throttle. We'll do a full throttle pass. Ready?
Ready.
Wait, do you hear that? Fantastic. Tom, how was that?
Yeah.
Alright,
good,
gonna
tricky.
just stall turn off the top there. Now I don't want to talk too much because, let's just do power off. That's all power off. Even without the EDF, it sounds great, but it's that fan setup and that in-runner, and it's the intake ducts, everything about it, it's so realistic in terms of an EDF. It's the most realistic EDF I've heard. Here we go again. Now, in terms of speed, no, it's not an Avanti, it's not an L39, certainly, but you wouldn't want anything like that with again, these first generation jets. If you like scowl and a little bit more, the Venom has got it in bags. I'm going to bring it round, and Tom, we're going to do a loop.
Okay.
Okay, full power on, level off, going up. How's that, Tom?
Good.
Alright, a little bit above the camera, bags of power through that. I'm at idle now coming out, and now I push on. Now let's bring it around again. I'm going to do a slow pass downwind, mid flaps. Great thing about the Venom, watch this. No pitch change with the flaps. Now look how slow that is. That's climbing away at half throttle now. It's still maintaining. And I will drop the flaps, take them off, and you'll see it still maintains. How's that looking, Tom?
Good, good, good.
Okay, flaps are off. I'm below half throttle now. It's just so steady. Look at that, fantastic. And power, pretty much to spare. I'm going to roll off the top of this one. Alright, now I'm going to bring it into land. Landing, the only thing to note with the landing, and the reason I'm bringing it in now, I just want to take those bombs off and show you the difference. Not that there is much, but the difference with the bombs off. Keep a little bit of power on when you come into land. You've got to get it on the mains first. It will bounce on this tricycle undercarriage, so bring it in and be ready to flare. Flaring, flaring. There we go. Get it on the mains first and it will not bounce. I'll just bring that in very, very quickly. We have got a minute left on the timer. Should say at this point, I typically set my timers to just under 4 minutes. However, with mixed throttle use, Tom, what did we have before on this? Like
6 to 8.
7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's something crazy. And that's on the 5000, so with an even bigger pack, then that would of course be longer. So I'm quickly going to take the bombs off. I'll show you now how that works, now that I've got it on the ground. These are just magnetically held. They go away like so. Now the airframe is just a little bit cleaner. Whilst I'm here, you can see it's got a few scuffs on the bottom. I'll explain why it's got those in just a second. Tom, you ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, Alright, excuse the full size up there, but we're going to do our best to capture the rest of this flight. Do a bit of aerobatic. Full throttle. Let it lift off itself. Gears going up. So smooth. It's such a great profile, for sure. A classic, very distinct profile. Tom, I'm going to pull up. Bags of power rolling off there. Sorry, Tom, that was probably a bit too quick for you. And with that distinct profile, well, the comment on the distinct profile, we're going to get into aerobatics. So I'm going to do a roll rate at low, going fast. That's low. Now bring it around again. I want to get through this quite quickly because I'm getting towards the end of my pack. And now at high rates. Very. Alright, that's my timer now. What I want to do is just land, and I want to explore a little bit more of this flight with you on a new pack. Let's bring it into land, a little bit of power, a little bit of power. I'm on full flaps now, full flaps. Slowing, flaring, bit of a bounce, but on that bounce, just flare, it touches right down. Man, if you get it on the main gears, it's a pussycat. I'll bring it back, we'll put another pack in. Tom, I guess, do some inverted flying, show the stall characteristics, stuff like that. Just give you a little bit more, just so you can get the full overview of this beautiful model. Alright, RSSI low, I've got to change that. Alright, and we're back. New pack in. I still had about 20% left on the previous pack, which is very, very good. Bombs are off now. We're just going to explore a little more, show you a bit of the stall and a few more of the little flight characteristics of this beautiful Venom. Again, takeoff, watch this. Let's see if we can catch for this, Tom.
Yep.
We're rolling on the onboard, we're rolling there. I'm just going to point it in the direction of the wind. And just a little bit of up. That's it. Who needs AS3X? You just need a Venom. Look at that. Alright, so let's bring it back round. Everything's clean now. I am on, that's flaps, that's right. Rates are all good. Okay, you wanted, Tom, you were saying you wanted a fast roll again, correct?
Yep,
all right.
Please.
So coming around, a little bit of coordination in the turn. And fast roll. Yeah, very fast. Definitely not very scale. How was that, Tom?
Yeah, perfect.
Look how much power it has going out up into that top half of the loop there. Now this is where you save energy. On those downward portions of those maneuvers, just keep it at half throttle and then you really stretch out your flight times. I'm going to bring it down for a super fast pass, really nice and close. Now of course I say super fast, no it's not L39 or Avanti fast, but look at that power. And it just falls off at the top there, going to roll down, that's at low rate there, and catch it on the bottom. This is all power off, all power off. Now we got a nitro guy starting there, sorry about that ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you like nitros like I do, so maybe it's nothing to apologise for. Alright, now another little thing I want to show you. It will touch and go. The grass needs to be wet, this is a little wet. You'll see more of this in the fog video, portion of this video coming at the end. But look at this, just shows you how much power it has and how good the airframe is. That was nice and clear, right?
Yep, that was a nice one.
So what that tells you is A, it's got great power, but B, it's actually quite lightly loaded as well. So very good power to weight ratio. Now I'm going to bring it round into wind. Again, cruising at half throttle. Still sounds great. And I want to show you guys the stall because it's pretty benign. So Tom, I'm going to get a little bit of height here. You see me coming around? How's that?
No, I don't have it yet.
No? You see me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so power's off. It glides so well anyway, and I'm just going to pull full up elevator. And now. And it kind of just mushes. Catch it on that. I'm still power off. It's out of the stall now. Power off. How's that sun look, Tom? It looks great for me, but it must be horrible for you.
Yeah, I don't see the plane anymore.
Alright, how about now?
Oh, there.
Alright, here we go. Fast pass, crosswind.
Lovely. I think it was good.
It doesn't get much better than that, and it certainly doesn't look much better than that. Love the profile of the Venom. So if you are looking for a step up from your 70mm or even your 80mm, the Venom has everything you could want in terms of size and presence. We say that the 80mm are basically more economical 90mm. Well, that is true, but what you don't truly get with the 80mm is just that sheer size and presence that you actually truly get with a 90. This is a 90, but with 80mm duration and flight performance. That's what I really like about it. In terms of assembly for the field, you can take the wing apart. It's very easy to do. It doesn't need it because it fits in, even small cars like my small little Ford Fusion, fits in there nicely. I'm going to bring it in for a dirty pass now. Dirty pass, Tom, you ready?
Yep.
There we go, that's mid-flap there. Flap goes up, gear goes up. Noisy little nitro there, but it is a 4-stroke, you will forgive it. Stall turn off the top there. Yes, so back on the talk. If you are looking for a 90 that has long flight times and great presence, and it's just a beautiful airframe in the air, then you cannot go wrong with the Venom. What I'm going to do now is bring it into land. Remember, with the landing, there's no discernible pitch change with the flaps. Power off now, just feeding in a bit of power, flaring, 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 onto the mains, just
wonderful.
Like that. That was pretty nice, eh? All right, let's bring it back. Now again, I'm at 4 minutes there on my timer. You can stretch it out. Let's just sign off with the model in front of us. Very nice. There it is, 1500mm, 60-inch in old money. It's the Venom from Freewing. Just make sure that camera's still rolling. It's not rolling, Tom. Anyway, that camera turned off because it is a little cold here. But speaking of cold, if you are looking for an EDF throughout the winter season, especially on grass, especially wet grass, and you're in Europe or anywhere where the conditions are such as this and this time of the year, you cannot go wrong with the Venom. Great all-weather fighter in terms of the model, that is. Check it out now on MotionRC EU and .com. Hope you've enjoyed this re-presentation of the Venom. Okay, bonus section time. We are of course still in the Freewing 90mm Venom video, but what we've got here is extreme low visibility and extreme proximity flying. One of the great things about the Venom, the 90mm Venom, that we weren't really able to show up until now, and we're showing you now because it's forced upon us, is just how well you can fly in a tight space. Actually, Tom and I have been talking, and Tom, I think you agree, this is pretty much park-size flying area, yeah. Right? So I'm not going to go really out of the boundaries of the fog because I can't see it at that point. It is a silver plane in a grey sky. The LEDs do help to a point, especially when it's just a little bit closer. But you'll see just how superbly it flies, and it can fly so slow. Of course, you've got the sound, that's all good. And yeah, it's the other thing to note is that the field here, it's November now, it's very wet, the grass is a little longer than it would be in the summer, but still it handles beautifully. One thing to note that I pointed out in the video before, especially more so I think when it's a bit longer and softer and wetter, the grass, is that you need to make sure you land it on the mains first. So flare onto the mains, go onto the nose. That will eradicate any bounce or any tendency to bounce. Also, you can have a lot of fun when the grass is wet, which we'll show you in the video in just a second. Tom, I know you're excited for that, yes. And you guys will enjoy it too. So anyway, we've got the onboard camera on, low visibility flight, proximity flying with the Freewing 90mm Venom, one of the absolute classics in the range, and it's a beautiful jet, great European bird, great 90mm. Let's take off. All right, Tom, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so rudder radar on elevator check. I've already compensated for trim on the elevator. Let's see how far I can get before it disappears.
That sound is so nice.
That sound is awesome. Now I've got to, immediately as I get into the turn and climb, I'm backing off the throttle. You've got to keep the throttle down when flying at close proximity like this, otherwise it will get away from you. Now I'm turning it in a really quite tight radius. Got to keep a coordinated turn with these tighter turns for sure, but it doesn't have any hint of stall or nastiness. Quiet there as it comes by. Now if I pull up into a loop now, you'll see, yeah, I've almost lost it there. Tom, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, just came out of the fog, and maybe we cut to the onboard there. That's about our limit right now. There's not much level flying with this one, especially at mid-throttle speed, but what I'll do, I'll bring it around again, full throttle pass. Lovely jubbly.
Nice.
And don't go too vertical in low visibility like this, you will lose it. So now I'm at about half throttle again. What I'm going to do is just come around and show you some nice low and slow flying. Again, with this model, because it's such a beauty to fly, it handles it so well. I'm on mid flaps now. Look at this. So steady and comfortable at low speeds. I'm at about a third throttle there. It's still climbing even on third, but look at this pull out. Look at that. Flaps away. I'm going to stall turn off there before I lose it in the clouds. And come back on again, easing on the elevator. I'm all power off here. And it does glide beautifully. Now, let's have a bit more fun with this. I mentioned the wet grass. It's great for touch and goes on the belly with this one. Here we go, Tom, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gliding in. Pull up a little bit. There we go! Excellent. Now that actually gives me an idea. Tom, do you want to try just taking off from here?
Yeah.
Give that a go.
I was thinking the same.
Yeah. Right, gear comes down. We've got a little bit left in the pack. Flaps come on. I'm coordinating my turn, bringing it in. Bit of power in the turn. You do not want it to drop a wing. It will do if you have that much drag out at slow speeds. Bringing it in, just a tad above idle. Got to get it on those mains. Pretty much a 3-pointer there. All right, so Tom, dare we try it on its belly? What's the worst that can happen? All right, so this is a bit ad hoc, viewers, but what we're going to do, I'm going to take the gear up. It will either work or it won't. Either way, we've got to give it a go. What I'm mindful of is those intakes at the bottom.
Yeah, they will suffer a little bit.
Let's see what happens. Maybe, Tom, you need to give it a little push. Let's see how it is. Now, I'm at the lower end of my pack, but let's see how it goes. Tom, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah! Look at that. Beautiful.
Power enough.
All right, so, I mean, that just confirms it. It's got bags of power. Definitely it's not the fastest 90mm out there, but I get flight times that I get on this 90 that I would get on an 80, and it's a beautiful aircraft. And you know, what you can expect when flying in the winter is pretty much weather like this. Just land it now. And viewers, let me get my bearings. And gears going up. Yes, what I wanted to say is we try and bring you flying videos with beautiful sunshine, but you know, as well as I do, most of the time we're flying in grim weather, especially in the north of Europe and especially in the winter. The point being here with the Freewing 90mm Venom, it will handle those conditions and those low visibilities and those temperatures perfectly, and more importantly, the grass and the wet, as we saw with the ROG there, which, Tom, that was spectacular.
Yeah,
we didn't even have that idea. I think we both just got the idea when we did that touch and go, right?
Correct.
So let's walk over and we'll sign off for this part. I can't really say more about it. It is an older model for sure, but it's well worth a look. It's a fantastic addition to your hangar. As a 90mm, it actually has all the benefits of an 80mm and all the benefits of a 90mm in terms of size and presence, but it's got the flight times and the duration of an 80mm. It's a little cheaper than some of the other 90mm we've got in our site, great, and actually at this size it transports all in one piece, even in a small car. Tom, I don't have a big car, do I?
Nope.
No, and it's all one piece. Very good. Signing off now. I think actually we'll end the entire video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check it out on both motionrc.com and motionrc.eu. If you like, please like. If you subscribe, great. If you haven't, please click that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Tom, I think we best go in and get warm. It's pretty chilly here.
It's chilly.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.